In our previous episode, we started out with nothing, and slowly but surely gained enough money to be able to start getting training and equipment towards stats that I need most for this single-man playthrough. For those who want a refresher, you can go back to the previous episode, and all rules that are used in this playthrough will be in the description. So we're back with SpongeBob. I have no real goal for this episode, as I kinda just left it off at the end there with, not much else I needed to really do besides get weapons and equipment. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. My first steps of my adventure led me to Squin, to try and get some armored rags, as I know that would be something that would help boost my martial arts. But I didn't really want to use weapons for this playthrough. Since it was nighttime, I thought I would put my sneak and lockpicking skill to use, so I could level up my thievery. Guaranteed there's nothing good inside this shit. Maybe they'll have a manifesto to how to start a regime. Would be about time. It eventually became daytime, and I didn't find anything of worth at all through night. A couple groups of bandits and all that came through eventually, and I tried to level up my martial arts skill. The only benefit to these bandits is they gave me those armored rags I need. After fucking around for a bit, I eventually made my way to the shop to sell off anything I didn't need. Pretty much after that, it was mostly just me messing around in the town again to try and level up stats. Nothing really too special. Since I've acquired a decent amount of money, I decided to go buy myself a backpack and a couple maps to find locations quickly and efficiently. This is where I'm going to tell you about my plan of what I wanted to do. I wanted to start hitting up ancient science labs and all that stuff to start finding research so I could research equipment. So this would speed up the process of how I learn things and how I will approach the game going forward. I already had a route in mind of where I would go to start hitting up ancient science books, as there was a place where you could find 5 labs and continually farm those to get the stuff you need. And most of them will usually drop around 2-3 books if I'm lucky. But mostly I could just find one. After a while, I decided to fuck off out of the town and go start doing many other things around the rest of the Shek territory, as a lot of the Shek did not seem to agree with my point of view on tax evasion. So I have this very good idea of I'm going to become a martyr by getting, I don't know, put on a fucking cross or something, and then my entire life story will be about how I wanted to commit tax evasion in the most effective way possible. If they do not agree, I become like the son of God or something. I don't fucking know. Just let it happen. A little bit on my journey, I made it to the nearby way station to see if they had anything of use. Sadly, they didn't, but I could sell off all the stolen shit I found. Emphasis on the, found part. I later returned to the scene of the crime of, getting some honorable donations for the nearest charity. I didn't really find much of use that I would need, but mostly stuff I could sell off for a bit of money. Nothing too special. I decided to level up my attack, as I thought it would be necessary for going forward into the future, as it would make my life a lot easier. As well as I wanted to try and recreate the glitch that I performed to get really high stats really quick. Now, I could go continue on my journey again, straight into more Shek territory, to see what else I could buy or find. I returned to that way station again, but on the way heading east, I decided to go and hit up these ruins to see what stuff I could buy or sell, which mostly it was stuff that was pretty profitable to sell and gave me around 5k. I have now made it to the next city, and have started to sell off all the loot that I needed to get some more money in my pocket. Since I made it here relatively quick, I wanted to check around town if there were any maps I could buy, or just anything that could be useful for the journey ahead. Sadly, there wasn't anything of interest. I continued on my journey, heading straight to the location in question to get those funny books. It was relatively easy, there were no big things or anything willing to mess with me. I mean, this part of the video was pretty much boring. It was literally just me traveling between 2 points, so I'll just chuck this in the video for shits and giggles. And if you don't like that, I'll just have to give you the average For Honor player response. There you go, there's your funny for the video. If you don't like that, I don't have much else to say then, but just go back a couple seconds. This was pretty much the only eventful part of the trip, of me finding a ruin that pretty much had nothing in it that wasn't really worth, so yeah. Ended up finding a destroyed armory along the way, and this will give me a couple books. It didn't really give me anything too much of use, but these books will come handy towards research, especially in the early game research. At this point, we hit up our first library, which only gave me one ancient science book. That was pretty fun. I mean, I kinda just wanted to lose a bit of faith on the inside and die, so it was off to a good start. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were a couple maps in there that showed me locations across the map that I, didn't want to go walk over to, but Hey, they're there for next time when I want to head over to them. This is all I found. I just want to die. If I'm gonna die. Along the way, there was an ancient armory there that was just looking double-cheeked up and ready to steal, so I did, and there were unlikable individuals on the inside. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be so easy, but there was nothing inside of it, so I want to die again. Like, I was just kinda hoping for something specialist inside of one of these crates, just anything, and there was nothing. Like, nothing. I just want to die. Just kill me. Like I said, I searched the place high and low, and every bit of me just lost everything on the inside. I just left. So yeah, I found this cool looking place filled with blood spiders. I didn't really get too close because it was still daytime, and yeah, they just kind of found me, and I had to bolt. And that was pretty much where my gameplay session ended off. So, this is pretty much the entire video. I think this is a good start to a good series on this channel, so if you want to see more, let me know. I don't really have much more to show, like I said, this was the end of the gameplay, as I kind of just got bored since I didn't find anything to keep me going. But next video, I will try to make it longer, as well as add more stuff in that's more eventful, so I'll see you then.